In a move that's sending shockwaves throughout the NFL world, Jerry Jones, the legendary owner of the Dallas Cowboys, has made yet another bold move in the offseason that has left fans and analysts alike buzzing with excitement. The Dallas Cowboys have pulled off a trade that no one really saw coming. In a surprising and rather unexpected deal, the Cowboys have acquired linebacker Quay Walker from the Green Bay Packers. While the full details of the trade, including the exact compensation sent to Green Bay, are still being ironed out, the implications of this trade are far-reaching and deserve a thorough breakdown. Jerry Jones is no stranger to making big, headline-grabbing moves, but this one feels different. With the Cowboys' defense already solid, this move shows just how serious Jones is about pushing this team to the next level and continuing to solidify his team's Super Bowl aspirations. First, let's talk about who Quay Walker is and why he's such an intriguing addition to the Cowboys roster. Quay Walker is a linebacker who entered the NFL in 2022 as a highly touted first-round pick. Drafted 22 ND overall by the Packers, he was expected to be a key player in Green Bay's defense for years to come. At 6'4" and 241 pounds, Walker has the ideal size for a linebacker, big enough to be a physical presence in the run game but also athletic enough to cover receivers and tight ends down the field. His speed, combined with his ability to make plays in both the passing and running game, makes him a versatile and dynamic defender. During his time in Green Bay, Walker quickly showed that he was capable of being a leader on defense. In just 3 seasons, he accumulated more than 300 tackles, 5 sacks, and a notable interception. He's also demonstrated an ability to read the game well and get to the ball carrier in critical moments. Walker's development has been impressive, and he's one of the brightest young stars at the linebacker position in the entire NFL. For the Cowboys, this trade comes as a bit of a surprise. The team already has a strong defensive unit, led by superstar linebacker Micah Parsons, who has become one of the most disruptive players in the league. With players like Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Trevon Diggs anchoring the defense, many would have assumed the Cowboys were set at linebacker. However, Jerry Jones is known for being a relentless general manager who constantly looks for ways to improve his roster. Even when things are going well, Jones will not hesitate to make a move that he believes could push the team over the top. And that's exactly what this trade for Quay Walker represents, a bold attempt to bolster an already impressive defense. It's clear that Jones views this as an opportunity to add depth and create a linebacker group that is as dangerous as it is versatile. With Walker, the Cowboys now have a combination of youth and talent at linebacker that will allow them to have more flexibility in their defensive schemes. Walker is known for his ability to play in multiple linebacker positions, which means the Cowboys will be able to adjust their defensive alignment based on the opponent's strengths, making it harder for opposing offenses to predict what they'll face. But what does this trade mean for the future of the Cowboys and their aspirations for the 2025 season? First off, adding a young, talented linebacker like Walker adds a layer of stability and depth to the Cowboys' defense. Injuries are always a concern in the NFL, and while the Cowboys have been fortunate with their defense in recent seasons, this trade gives them another key player who can step up if needed. With a player like Walker, they now have a future cornerstone of the defense, someone who could be a consistent contributor for the next decade, much like Parsons. Furthermore, Walker's presence in the linebacker core allows the Cowboys to experiment with different defensive looks, potentially adding more creativity to their game plans. The Cowboys have been a team that struggled in some big moments in the postseason in recent years, but Jerry Jones is clearly trying to make sure they have the pieces in place to avoid those same mistakes going forward. The reactions around the league have been a mix of admiration for the Cowboys and surprise at the Packers' decision to let go of a young talent like Walker. Many analysts believe that this trade could significantly alter the course of the Cowboys' defense. After all, Walker's ability to cover ground quickly, diagnose plays, and make open field tackles makes him a perfect fit for the Cowboys' aggressive defensive style. With Parsons already wreaking havoc on quarterbacks and offenses, having another young playmaker like Walker means the Cowboys could start to dominate the defensive side of the ball, which could be a game changer when it comes to playoff football. But there's also some head-scratching over the Packers' decision to part ways with a player like Walker, who many felt could have been a cornerstone of their defense for years to come. While the Packers have made some notable moves in the past to build a team around star quarterback Aaron Rodgers, it seems like they're heading in a different direction now, with a focus on rebuilding and looking toward the future. It's hard to understand exactly why Green Bay chose to part ways with Walker, but it might just be part of their overall strategy to retool their roster and bring in more draft picks to continue their rebuild process. When you look at the NFC as a whole, this trade immediately raises the stakes. The NFC has been incredibly competitive over the past few seasons, and the addition of a young, talented linebacker like Walker could push the Cowboys into serious Super Bowl contention. The Eagles, 49ers, and other NFC powerhouses are already formidable teams, and adding more strength to the Cowboys' defense means they're not just competing, they're potentially ready to make a serious run at the championship. The Cowboys have been close to a Super Bowl appearance in recent years, but this move shows they're not content to settle for just being competitive. They want to win it all, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. For fans of the Cowboys, this trade should come as a sign of optimism. Jerry Jones has always been a figure who is willing to make big decisions to improve his team. This trade for Walker isn't just a good move in the short term, it's a strategic play for the long term as well. With a star-studded defense that already includes Parsons, Lawrence, and Diggs, the addition of Walker gives the Cowboys even more weapons to use against their opponents. It makes them more dangerous, more unpredictable, and even harder to beat. The beauty of this trade is that it reflects Jerry Jones' mindset as an owner. Jones has never been content to sit on his laurels or wait for success to come to him. He's always been willing to take risks, make bold decisions, and put his team in a position to win championships. Whether it's through high-profile trades, draft picks, or big free agent signings, Jerry's philosophy is clear: win now, win often, and make sure the Cowboys are always in the conversation as a contender. This trade for Walker fits perfectly into that philosophy and shows that Jones has no intention of letting up. The Cowboys are gearing up for another run at the Super Bowl, and with this addition, they've made it clear that they're going to give it everything they've got. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, the question now becomes, what's next for the Cowboys? Can they capitalize on this move and take that next step toward a Super Bowl? The addition of Quay Walker only increases the pressure on the team to perform, but it also gives them the tools they need to succeed. The NFC is as competitive as it's ever been, but with Jerry Jones pulling the strings, you can be sure the Cowboys will be right in the thick of things. With Walker in the fold, it's only a matter of time before we see just how much this trade will pay off and if it propels the Cowboys to greatness in 2025.